The Giant's Garden. A giant had a beautiful garden. It was full of sweet fruit trees and beautiful flowers. The giant was away to visit his friend. While he was away, the children in the neighborhood played in his garden. After 7 years, the giant came back to his garden. He saw the children playing in his garden and became angry.
Get out of here, bad children!
The children ran away quickly.
Never come in my garden again!
The giant yelled at the children.
What if the troublemakers come into my garden again?
The giant was worried. He built a high wall around the garden and put a sign in front of it. Afterwards, the children didn't come to the garden.
The children made my garden a mess. I like being alone.
The giant laughed as he looked at the high walls around his garden.
This is my garden. Nobody but me can see the beautiful flowers in this garden.
Spring came. But how could this be? The giant's garden was still in winter. The garden was covered with white snow. The trees were frozen. The cold north wind blew, and even hail and frost fell. Spring passed. Summer, autumn, and winter also passed by the village. Then spring came again. But it was still winter in the giant's garden.
When will spring come?
The giant asked as he looked out his window. The giant stayed home all day and was very bored.
It's too cold to go outside. I wish spring would come soon.
The giant slept in every day. One morning, the giant woke up to the sound of lovely music. A bird was singing outside his window.
How beautiful! Spring has come at last!
Said the giant. The giant opened the window. Warm sunlight and the scent of flowers came into the room.
Oh my goodness!
The giant was very surprised. He saw children playing in his garden. They came in through a little hole in the wall. The snow on the grass disappeared. The trees blossomed. The birds also came and sang.
Now I see that spring has come because of the children.
He felt very sorry for kicking the children out.
But why is the tree at the corner still the same?
The curious giant went towards the tree in the corner.
Run away! It's the giant!
The children shouted and ran away. A little girl was struggling to climb up a tree. The giant came near the little girl.
Do you want to climb this tree?
He took the little girl gently in his hands. As soon as the little girl sat on the tree, snow melted and leaves blossomed. The little girl hugged the giant. The giant smiled brightly. When the other children saw the smiling giant, they came near him.
You can play in the garden. Come here often,
said the giant. The children came to the garden every day. The giant wasn't bored anymore. The garden was full of laughter.
I see that flowers look more beautiful when we look at them together.
The giant smiled at the children. Again, the giant's garden became the children's playground.
Why isn't the little girl here?
The giant asked the children about the little girl, but no one knew who she was. Years went by, and the giant grew very old and weak. One day, the giant saw the little girl in the garden again. The little girl was under a tree.
At last you are here. I missed you so much.
Said the giant joyfully. The little girl smiled at the giant and held his hand.
I came here to invite you. You let me play in your garden once. Now I will let you rest in the Garden of Paradise. Will you come with me?
The giant nodded. The giant followed the little girl to the Garden of Paradise.
Bird,
Bird.
garden,
Garden.
spring,
Spring.
summer,
Summer.
autumn,
Autumn.
winter,
Winter.
flower,
Flower.
angry,
Angry.
giant,
Giant.
tree,
Tree.